afternoon, everyone. I'd like to start off by just introducing our participants. Thanks for watching at home. This isn't in order, but we have Russ Dean, Town Manager, KRISTEN Murphy over here, Town Natural Resources Planner, Julie Gilman, Select Woman and Rep to the Conservation Committee from the Board, Peter Waltz, a longtime champion of trees over the years for kids here at Lincoln Street School. We have Jay Perkins, the tree committee member and the town tree warden. And Keith Schmidt, fourth grade teacher and student council director, along with Katie Pupino, who is also a fourth grade teacher and student council coordinator. And I am Drew BAIRSTOW, principal here at Lincoln Street School. And Eileen Flockhart, master and coordinator for Tree City USA for here in the town of Exeter.
You've got NIKO over here.
Oh, I'm sorry, NIKO PAPAKONSTANTIS.
He jumped in.
And NIKO, I'm forgetting your title off the top of my head. Select Board Chair. Thank you very much. So I'd just like to start off with the Tree City USA proclamation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Town of Exeter, New Hampshire. A proclamation in the year of our Lord, 2020. Today is Arbor Day, May 21st, 2020. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife, and whereas trees are a renewable resource of giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products, and whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, and whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, NIKO PAPAKONSTANTIS, Select Board Chair of the Town of Exeter, do hereby proclaim the 21st of May, 2020 as Arbor Day in the Town of Exeter. And I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day by supporting efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Dated this 21st day of May, 2020. Thank you. Thank you, Eileen.
Next up, I'd like to just say a quick word about today in the Tree City USA program. It's been attempting to green up communities since 1974, and this is an effort to expand the trees in public places and spaces in Exeter. And we're very happy at Lincoln Street School and proud to be the recipient of another tree planted on our school grounds. Our students will happily cool off under this gorgeous tree shade during the hot weather days once school is held on campus again. And besides the physical benefits of trees, our students get hands-on experience as they learn about the trees themselves, participate in the stewardship of our environment, and witness the importance and benefits of volunteerism and participation in local government. I'd like to thank Ms. Flockhart and the many involved in this work to bring this tree to our school. And thank you for the benefits this tree will provide students at Lincoln Street School for years to come. And now I'd like to invite Keith and Katie up to read some works written by our students the past few weeks, I'd say. Awesome.
Welcome, everyone. We represent the trees, but more importantly, I think we represent the students at Lincoln Street School, specifically as advisors to the Green Team and the student council members. They were terribly disappointed that only about 10 people could show up for this. They wanted to know why and when they could show up, and we said, well, the best we can do is to bring a little representation on your behalf through poems and pictures and paragraphs and whatnot. So love to have the kids here, but since they couldn't, it's Katie and I that are hopefully the next best thing, and then being able to share a few pieces, as well as Water Street Bookstore has graciously opened up one of their windows in recognition of Tree City USA and lots of kids have been able to drop off with their parents pictures, poems, paragraphs, you name it. So if you get the opportunity, take a walk and check out the display that's in front of or in Water Street Bookstore's window. It looks great so far, and Katie was just there and said it looked fabulous.
It's on the children's side.
On the children's side.
And it's plethora of grade levels of work. So there's artwork that we wanted to share with you today that some of the students, this is just one example, that some of the students, we asked that they express themselves, whether through writing or a picture. You'll see other pictures of the kids hugging trees. This student council and green team member, she wrote a poem about her favorite tree, which is the maple tree. And she said, "Your branches stretch long, in the autumn breeze they blow, beautiful are you." And then underneath, her name is Caitlin, and underneath her picture she wrote, "This maple tree is my favorite tree, and it holds a lot of memories. It was a tree at my old house. I always miss how beautiful it looked with the colorful autumn leaves on its branches." So hopefully this tree instills the memories just like this tree did for Caitlin. And then Sydney, who's a 4th grader, took a few pictures of herself up in her favorite tree. And she wrote, up in a tree, oh no, there is a bee. Hopefully it won't sting me. It flew by, my hopes were high. It didn't sting me, but I should still flee from this very high tree." And it showed her climbing in it again. And then another student council member and green team member, Stanley, took a picture of him hugging his favorite tree. And he's in 3rd grade, and he wrote, "A tree could be prickly or smooth. I don't really know. Your bark could be smooth or bumpy. We could turn you into paper or lumber, but then we'd hurt the earth so. Plant instead of chop down, and that makes a tree." So again, their words, they're very excited. Like Mr. Schmidt said, they wish they could have been here today.
So I have a few more. This is Cormac and his family, they're new to composting, and they decided to take some of the remnants at the top of the compost pile and create a tree out of it in recognition. Very proud of themselves for that. Another council member, Fiona, this is her poem called "Trees Around the World." "Leaves blowing, roots towing, the line of the soil into the world and coil. Around to bring those happy smiles, trees for miles and miles around the world. Some are thriving, some only surviving. By the skin of their leaves, some trees grieve because they are being cut down, around and around. But some are being planted, some have been granted the wish of life. Trees around the world, told they don't matter, all of that chatter. But trees keep us alive so that us humans can thrive. All those trees around the world." And then I've got one more from a student in my class. "Caitlin, when you plant a tree. When you plant a tree, first you pick up a seed, then you stick it in the ground. Next you water and water and water your plant, but don't forget the sunlight. Soon enough, you'll have a sprout. Oh wow, now a tree. It's honestly that easy, believe you and me." So thank you very much for Mrs. Flockhart for getting us involved with this whole program. Originally in the fall for the first ceremony, and then followed up with this ceremony as well, and we hope to work with her with the students in future endeavors. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Eileen. And she's been attending green team meetings and everything else to support the students too, so that they feel like they're a part even more so, and they understand the importance behind it. So thank you, Eileen.
Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Peter Waltz up to the microphone.
Hello all. My first involvement with the school tree program was in 1989, as best as I can remember. At that time, 5th grade classes were located in Main Street School, and we walked over to Lincoln Street School for the presentation. I would talk for a while, letting them know that the Exeter Conservation Commission was the sponsor of this event. We had a sample tree planting outdoors, and at the end of the day, each student got a seedling tree to take home. Gradually, the number of presented topics increased to include some science, some information about the Latin names of plants, a little bit about the long lifetime of trees, how trees are able to recover from wounding, and some places where one could visit collections of trees. But there was one section of the talk which was always different. The one where the 5th grade students were asked for as many things as they could come up with that were things humans got from trees. Ultimately, I hope the students learned something from what I had to say. At the same time, my best memories of the experience come from this little question and answer session. The number one response about things we get from trees was always oxygen, no exceptions. A little later, we always got maple syrup. When I mentioned that they were all sitting on a floor made of maple, there would be several seconds of floor thumping. Again, no exceptions. Can't forget that. Somewhere late in the students' list came the suggestion of shade or beauty. But as adults, I think that's why most of us are here today.
Next, I'd like to invite Kristen Murphy up to the microphone to give a description of our new tree.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be a part of this. This is really exciting. I love the connection with the students in this process. Eileen selected a lace bark elm tree, and though it's not a native species, it is a species of elm that's resistant to Dutch elm disease. So it's not going to be damaged at all by that exposure. And it does provide some wonderful natural benefits. This tree is expected to get 40 to 50 feet tall, so it's going to be kind of a big tree, and can have a canopy spread of 20 to 30 feet. So once grown, will have some significant shade to hang out under. In addition to the connection with students hanging under the shade, this tree will also provide some great natural benefits. These can support the larvae for some beautiful butterflies. So like the morning cloak is one species that's known to consume the lacebark elm leaves. So that's exciting. It's a gorgeous butterfly. I hope the kids have an opportunity to spot one, over the years. And of course, the seeds that are produced will provide great food for birds that can consume that. Just an outdoor, human involved source of seeds. So I am really excited for this. I can't wait to see it grow up, and yeah, great. Thanks.
You got some fire engines to compete with here. I just wanted to thank a ton of people. First of all, our tree team has been working really hard to make something like this happen. Public Works have been here and coordinated all kinds of stuff behind the scenes, especially with Jay Perkins, our tree warden. The Tree City staff that helped us believe that we could do something we thought was impossible. Lincoln Street School staff and students and the energy they provided really spurred us on. And the Conservation Commission and Dave Short working along with Jay to help us procure this tree, and Exeter TV, who's making an impossible celebration possible for the kids and the town, and everybody who made it happen. There's something that just didn't sound like it sounded like a bad idea in the middle of a pandemic, but you're all here and we made it happen. And as we look back at this tree years to come, when your children and grandchildren come out here, maybe there'll be enough shade over the buddy bench here. But I'd like to thank everybody who's here and everybody who couldn't be here, and all the kids who are hopefully getting to watch this at home. But thank you all for being here and doing this. And now I'd like to ask each of you in some sort of system, maybe I'll start with Jay and we'll work around here. Everybody bring a shovel up and put some dirt around the tree, and then we'll be good to go. So Jay, why don't you kick it off? While they're shoveling, I need to tell you that yesterday when they were getting ready to set the tree and they started digging, barely got down 10, 12 inches, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bricks. Bricks from the old Robinson Female Seminary. And so if you want a really successful tree, there's a lot of aeration provided by the bricks. We covered it with topsoil and now good soil, and then we'll have some nice mulch on top. So if it really succeeds, we'll know it was the bricks.